What's up? It's your boy, Let 'em know Zoe, back with another video. Today, I want to talk about something called talking white. That is something that I find it kind of funny, actually, just as a concept, just as a comment, honestly. It's something that I have heard a few times in my life. Now that I think about it, it has actually been a very, very long time since I've ever actually had somebody make that comment toward me that I talk white. But yeah, I just want to kind of jump into the whole idea around that concept. Like, what does it mean to talk white, or what does somebody mean if they say that to you? So typically, if you're being told that you talk white, that means at least two things. Number one, it means that you're speaking articulately. You are exhibiting intelligence when you open up your mouth and you talk to somebody. The second thing it means is that you're not white. Because if you were white and you were speaking that way, nobody would even think to make such a comment because it would be redundant because you're white. But if you're not white and you speak well and you're told that, oh, you talk white, it's kind of, you might be taken aback to hear that. But honestly, if somebody's telling you that, or if they say that to you, all it really means is that they sense intelligence when you speak, when you share your thoughts and you express yourself. They hear it, and I'm sure that some things that they think is probably like, wow, like they speak so well, and I admire it, I really do, but I'm gonna go and tell them that, oh, you talk white, probably because I feel that maybe I don't have the ability to speak the same way as you, or maybe I just don't like you as a person, so I'm trying to like get at you for whatever reason. But typically, if someone's telling you that you talk white, they're probably a pretty ignorant person in order to make such a comment. And that is because when it comes to speaking with intelligence and expressing yourself, it's not a matter of this. It's a matter of this, because I will admit that language is definitely connected to race. And what the one reason why I make that statement, like the basis for that statement, is because here in the United States, we speak English, which is a language that originates in Europe that came from so-called white people. Of course, not back then. Like the language is called English because the people were English. But here in the United States, we inherited that language from our European heritage as a country. And so now here we are speaking a European language because we're in a country that is white dominated, which means that culturally, people of European descent, predominantly those of English descent actually, because this is the United States, have formed the culture that came to be American culture. And that culture was based on the English language, a white language. So in that sense, if you say I'm talking white and you mean I'm speaking a European language, that would make sense. But if you're just saying that the way that I pronounce certain things, or just my vocal inflections, things like that, remind you of white people somehow, it's like, how? Like, what do you mean? How does that even make sense? It's kind of a weird concept, but yeah. If somebody says that to you, not only are they probably ignorant, usually it's meant as an insult as well. And I actually find that kind of funny because you're trying to insult me by telling me that I quote unquote talk white, but I know what you really mean. So how can it be an insult if what you really mean is that I speak well? How can it be an insult if what you really mean is that I know how to choose the proper words to express myself? It's not wrong. It's not bad. It's not negative at all. So if that's the case, then honestly, the only reason I can think that they would even say something to me or say something to you like that is maybe jealousy, maybe hatred, maybe they feel that somebody who looks the way you might look should not sound the way that you sound. And it's crazy for me to even say that, because even now in this modern day, we still have very, very backward minded people who are not too aware of their surroundings, and the things that they say out of their mouth kind of show that. So I just want to get into again how if they're attacking you, then it probably comes from some sort of place of jealousy. Like, what else could it be? So honestly, for somebody to even say something like that, to say you talk white when really what you're just doing is speaking intelligently, what that basically means is that that person associates whiteness with intelligence. So when they hear you speak a certain way, I guess the first thing that comes to their mind is white people, because maybe people from their surroundings don't talk like that. So when they hear you speak a certain way, it might sound foreign to them, so they'll call it out. But that can actually be very telling of them more so than of you, because it basically just means that they come from an area where most people are probably not all that sharp. A lot of people's elevators probably don't go all the way up where they're from, if you get what I'm saying. So it's honestly just laughable for someone to tell me that I talk white, because I know what it really means. It means that I speak well. It means that you sense my intelligence, and there's nothing to be ashamed of in that. So next time somebody tells you that you talk white, just know that what they're really telling you without actually saying it out of their mouth is that you sound smart. And also, one more thing I want to leave you guys with before I end this video is to understand that the term "you talk white" is not only outdated, but it's pretty offensive, pretty illogical, honestly, because that's like saying that if you're not white, you can't possibly be smart. So if you are smart, then that must mean that you are white, or that you associate with whiteness in some way or whatever. But that makes no sense, because race and intelligence are not linked. Intelligence has no race. That's all I gotta say on the topic, and I am your boy. Let them know Zoe. Like, comment, subscribe, share. I'm out.